Scales on the platform, back at you with another read. This is going to be for the sign of Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and North Node for our Capricorn. Capricorn, this is going to be your weekly read for the week of January 24th through January 30th of 2022. Today's date is January 24th, 2022. This is your 3-card spread for our signs of Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. Also, Capricorn, like, comment, and subscribe. And also share this so that way you can receive future weekly readings like this one. All right. Now, let's see what energies that you could possess this week, Capricorn. Also, energies that you may experience from others this week, Capricorn. All right. So let's go ahead and get this reading going for you for our Capricorns. Get a good shuffle on these cards. Capricorn. Okay. Alright, Capricorn. This is your spread for the week of January 24th through the 30th. Okay. Past energy is the 3 of Cups. Alright. Current energy, the Princess of Swords. And for your future energy, the Ace of Swords for our Capricorns. All right. So let's go ahead and get your reading underway, Capricorn. Now, the 3 of Cups. All right, Capricorn. The 3 of Cups. Right? The Lord of Abundance. So this is experience, this is past energy that you experience. So if you experience some type of abundance in the past, okay? Things have been flowing for you in the past. All right? Now, it could have been just recent past, all right? But it was in the past, in your past, excuse me. Now, the 3 of Cups, Lord of Abundance. From 3 cups rise lotus and water lilies. Stream of waters pour from the flowers into the cups. The flowers on the top pour water into the lower cups, and the flowers in the lower cups pour water into the lower part of the card in the continuing process of replenishment. All right? Above and below appear the symbol of Mercury and Cancer. Possibly, Capricorn, you were dealing with a Cancer in your past. Okay? Mercury in Cancer, 10 degrees to 20 degrees. Angels Rael and Yomaya, meaning abundance, success, pleasure, healing, problem resolution, good luck, sensuality, fortune, love, gladness, kindness, bounty. In the reverse, it's overabundance, excessive pleasure, loss of prestige. It actually comes out in the upright. So you definitely experienced this abundance. Also success and pleasure, healing, problem resolution, and good luck. Also sensuality, fortune, and love. So this is your past energy that you definitely have experienced, Capricorn. All right. So let's take it into your current energy of what you're experiencing now. For our Capricorns. Okay. So a Capricorn, for your current energy, it is the Princess of Swords. All right, the Princess of Swords, the Princess of the Rushing Winds. All right. So the Princess of Swords, the Princess of Rushing Winds, earthly part of air, an Amazonian figure with serpentine hair, is attired in a loosely fitted garment. She has the characteristics of both Minerva and Artemis. She stands in front of the barren altar to avenge its profanations. In one hand is a sword, the other hand is attached to the altar. She stabs downward with her sword and beneath her feet are and clouds are angry. Above her head is a crest of Medusa. Rules a quadrant of the heavens around the North Pole, meaning wisdom, strength, acuteness, insight, and vigilance, subtleness in material things, grace, and dexterity. And in the reverse, it's frivolous, cunning, revealed, and an imposter. Illness is possible. Okay? So that's your current energy, Capricorn. So also from that is the meaning is mainly wisdom and strength. Okay? So you have wisdom, you have strength. All right, nonetheless, besides regardless of the decisions that you make, there is some wisdom there and some strength, and insight, vigilance, all right? But you can be subtle, all right? And material things and grace. So chasing material things, all right? We all need material things, but you got to understand that there's a spiritual side to the life. You have to balance out the spiritual with the physical, right? You can't have one without the other because everything that's in the physical was once in the spiritual first. You have to conceive it in the spiritual side to be able to receive it in the material side. So that balance is necessary, right? Grace and dexterity. So that's your current energy, Capricorn. And then your future energy is the Ace of Swords. All right, so the Ace of Swords, the Lord of the root of the powers of air. So this is your future energy, Capricorn, the Ace of Swords. Okay. The Lord of the root of the powers of air, the Ace of Swords. All right, Capricorn, the Ace of Swords, the Lord of the root of the powers of air. The symbols at the upper right is Kethar in air. A large hand issues from the clouds and grasps the hilt of a sword, which supports a white, radiant, celestial crown. To the right is an olive branch of peace, and to the left a palm branch of suffering. So if you're not careful in balancing out, once again, that balance is necessary. You can find yourself between peace and suffering, Capricorn. Balance is highly necessary. You got to balance out the spiritual side with your physical. It can't be just completely focused on chasing material gains. Okay? Because you got to keep in mind we're spiritual beings having an earthly experience. So if you're chasing completely physical gains, what do you then you're neglecting your spiritual side, right? Balance. So the olive branch is of peace on the left and the palm branch of suffering. 6 volts full from the upper tip of the sword. The symbolism of this card suggests invoking force. So you've been invoking force. You're trying to overdo it. As contrasted to natural force. Some things you just got to let it naturally happen. If you're trying to push something always forcing something to happen, then you have to continue to work harder versus work smarter. Raised upward, it invokes the divine crown of spiritual brightness, but reserved, it symbolizes the invocation of demonic forces and becoming fearfully evil symbol. Be careful of these demonic forces, trying to, possibly do certain things, possible spells to try to conjure up wealth, at your, spiritual expense. It's not worth it. For you to gain the world and lose your soul, it's just not worth it. Meaning, invoked power of good or evil. So you invoke power of good or evil. Whirling forces, strength through trouble. Affirmation of justice. Great determination. You are determined. And the reverse, it means debacle, tyranny, disaster, and self-destruction. So be careful not to destroy yourself chasing wealth. Okay? So ultimately, Capricorn, you went from 3 of Cups to abundance, right? You were in an abundant state in the past, but then all of a sudden you shifted to the Princess of Swords, fighting and battling, trying to gain that wealth, right? Where possibly in the past you were in a much more relaxed state of mind, where it came to you easier in the past. But then you try to fight for it and struggle for it. Thus the Ace of Swords, a battle. So you're fighting for it, and it's just simply not coming as it did in the past. So maybe you need to reevaluate the way you're going about things, right? So that way it could come back to you and flow easily. Now, this is just the energy for the week. This is not etched in stone. It may not apply to anyone. But nonetheless, what you got to understand, if this does apply to someone and you are listening to this, understand is that you may need to go back to the way you was doing things in the past. More lighthearted and easier about things, and it flows easier instead of trying to force things to happen, right? But ultimately, this is your energy for the week. It's not etched in stone. Once again, you have the ability and the willpower to change it at any time. All right, but this is your energy read for this week, Capricorn. Peace.